Poisonous mist, that is. Oh, we can rest. I just, well, wasted that bread and recovered my endurance. Ah, good. Fully rested. Sweet. I want to go up here. I guess we can't do that just yet. Okay, let's head on over. We're gonna pick a fight here, aren't we? No, we managed to get there. In one piece. Sweet. By the time we reach the end of the dark hall, you can tell you are being followed. Though you cannot see behind you, your other senses tell you that it is not a Drakkar or a Gaiac behind you. The footsteps are too quiet, and the scent is human, with no trace of dark iron to it. Could it be Leandra? Oh. You saw where I went and you took my lead. You asked quietly, knowing who will answer. Leandra's voice is a welcome one. Of course I did. There was no way I was going to wait for you to come back. She moves closer now that you know it is her back there. Together you enter a small room. Its looming walls carved from stone, the color of deep black shale. You must not be too far from the surface here, and the sun must have risen outside. You know because of a blade of light makes its way through the cracks in the ceiling, giving you some relief from the darkness. Though you can see nothing until your eyes adjust, there is another scent here. You and Leandra are not alone. Come out, you say, weapon in hand. I know there is someone else here. After a moment, a figure shimmers into view. Sensing the magic even before you see the man wielding it, you move to put yourself between him and Leandra. The wizard raises both hands peacefully, lifting them from the deep sleeves of a tattered robe. Please, he says calmly, fingers spread and holding still. I have no wish to harm you. I was only being careful because great evil walks these walls. You nod, slowly lowering your weapon, but staying between the wizard and Leandra just in case. You must have many questions. I will answer what I can. The man lets his arms come back to his sides, making no sudden movements. Allow me to introduce myself. No need, you say. The man bears a striking resemblance to someone whose face is burned forever into your memories. You are kin to Vonutar. As you speak, you tense, ready for anything this man might try. Vonutar, the traitor. The wizard sighs, looking down in shame. You need no introduction either, last of the Kai Lords. My name is Seratar, and yes, to my eternal regret, you are correct. Seratar leans heavily against the wall, his hand retreating back into his sleeves for warmth. I am a renegade from a family that has sorely betrayed Summerland and the Kai, but I may be able to redeem myself, lone wolf. He bows his head, placing himself at your mercy. Will you at least speak with me? Hear me out. You want to know if the mage has anything to do with the enemy presence in the temple? You ask Seratar how he reached the temple, and why. Reluctantly, you accept the mage's offer. Leandra is dubious as well, but a curious look has appeared on her face. As you wish, Seratar. I'm not sure if it's Keratar or Seratar, so I'm sticking with Seratar, since there's no CH. I make you no promises, but I will hear you out. First tell me, why are you here? How did you reach this place and stay alive, when so many others have tried and failed? Magic, Seratar answers with a soft smile and a faint glint of pride in his tired eyes. The gift of magic has always been strong in my family, and I am no different. Exception even. That used to be a matter of great honor for us. After my brother turned traitor, however, my strength became a source of suspicion in the Brotherhood. The shame in his voice is tangible. I left to try and find a way to reclaim my good name and restore the reputation of my house. I searched for a long time before discovering this place. Fortunately, while my travels have been exhausting, they were not fruitless. I have discovered a great deal about the crystals here, and though my study a way to harness their power. Through my study, a way to harness their power. Like it or not, Zerator's skills and knowledge may prove critical for the success of your quest. Despite your misgivings, you decide to trust him. Speak, Zerator. Tell me all you know. Zerator shares his knowledge with you. I know there is a force of Dracorim nearby, and I know you need to get past them. I was scouting the tunnel that brought you here when their Gaiax accidentally activated that Chianti device. What's more, there are other agents of the Darklands even beyond this chamber. My chamber here is surrounded, and it will help us all if you can defeat them. You cannot help but lament your misfortune. You have survived a noxious chamber only to find yourself trapped between it and another contingent of Dracorim. Leandra notices your frustration, and as does Zerator. Fortunately, the wizard says calmly, I have discovered a way to use Chianti magic to create an amulet, one strong enough to see you safely through the death fog. It will be empowered much like the cube you carry. Ooh, sorry. Your hand moves to your pack, defensively. How did you know about the cube, mage? Zerator folds his hands into his sleeves. Calm yourself, lone wolf. I have been down here a long time. I know the energies the relics of this place give off, and I know the effects they can have on those who touch them. When he pulls his hand from the depths of his robe, one is clutching a small Chianti cube of his own. Zerator holds it up, its dim light flickering like a candle trapped in a chamber. Trapped in amber, even. Wow. Where was I? He turns the cube so you can see the small crack across one of its engraved sides. I discovered this, a cube of my own. It is damaged, sadly. Can you see the crystal that shimmers beneath the facet? You could consider it to be damaged, but there is power actually emanating from the crack. It has sustained me for some time now, Kai Lord. Thanks to its radiance, I have survived without food or water. Oh, I thought as much. Zerator's words cannot help but make you think about Van and Gun. One trapped and another gone. Beware the cube, mage. If you spend too much time relying on it, you will become unable to survive without its power. I saw the deadly consequence of this with my own eyes. Zerator's composure seems to tremble for a moment, but the wizard steels himself, regaining his wise and knowledgeable demeanor. I thank you for your warning, and I will heed your words, Lone Wolf. He replies, but for now, my familiarity with Chianti magic is instrumental to the success of your mission. My studies have taught me how to use a small amount of my own life force to imbue the energy of a crystal into a vessel. To imbue the energy of a crystal into a vessel. I will use this energy to create an amulet that will protect you against the machinations of that poisonous device. I know it will work, but I lack the crystal and the vessel I need to proceed. You nod slowly, having expected something like this all along. That is where I come in, is it not? Some task you cannot perform for yourself. Zerator gestures to a small map he has carved on the surface of a pedestal in the middle of the room. It is, Master Lone Wolf. There are 2 chambers near here. Both house ancient Chianti shrines. He rubs his arms as if feeling some phantom pain. The shrines have proven too dangerous for me to explore, but you will be able to find a crystal in either of them. What about the vessel? Where can I retrieve it? Zerator points to another spot in his diagram, marked with the engraving of a skull. Here. This is where I wanted to set up and carry on my research. Unfortunately, a Vordak roams that hall. I had no choice but sneak away. I understand, you say, starting to move towards the chamber's only other exit. Then you turn to Leandra. I'll be honest, and I don't like the idea of leaving you here, Leandra, but I don't know how the magic works, and you have been lucky enough to survive when you cross the chamber to follow me. Are you just leaving me here? She protests. Let's say that I need you to cover my back, you reply while winking at her. hoping she gets your meaning. Leandra seems to understand. You are not speaking about the Dracorim. She nods slightly. Then she turns back to Serator, addressing him within a friendly voice. I hate to say it, but the Freyr is right, Serator. I will stay here. I'm especially interested in your discoveries, though. Will you be so kind to tell me about them? Serator looks quite enthusiastic, eager to divulge his discoveries to someone bright enough to understand what he has accomplished. You reluctantly leave the two, studying the rough map one more time before you set out. Shanty device, Shanty archives, question mark. I guess we're going that way first. Sure. You enter a wide chamber. Its smooth walls lit by dozens of enchanted torches that burn without smoke and do not flicker at all. The flame rises straight up, glowing columns of light in a room where the air itself feels heavy and oppressive. Sorry. Ahead you see a raw carnage. Several Dracorin bodies pierced and bleeding across the tiled floor. There is no sign of their attackers, but the bolts sticking out of their bodies are slender and needle sharp. These lethal instruments have impaled the soldiers from all directions. On the far end of the chamber, you spot what the troops lost their lives trying to obtain. There, on a pedestal in front of a tall sculpture, you see a reliquary emitting red light from within. Corpses litter the room, a warning that the chamber itself might be deadly. However, now that you have seen the red light, all you can think about is seizing the reliquary and keeping it for yourself. Instinctively, you make one step forward towards the sculpture, then another. When it is almost too late, self-preservation forces itself to be heard. You suddenly realize the room is filled with lethal traps. Unless you wish to die like everyone else here, you must figure out a way to avoid them. Kite, no. See, thanks to Kite's minor matter, you draw the reliquary to you. Even though it's hard to concentrate, you strive to focus on your surroundings. You rely on your agility to cross a room and reach the sculpture. That one. Come on. Good. Of course, your powers can overcome an obstacle as simple as a floor covered in traps. You reach out with your mind and lift a reliquary from its sculptural perch. Reaching out, you bring it closer and take hold of your prize. The reliquary is yours now, but the red crystal is affixed to its base with powerful magic. It is richly adorned, but it proves quite sturdy as well. You try frantically to get it open, but the gem will not come free. Fortunately, you have your key with you. You hear it humming inside the collinium bag, and eventually you also spot the engravings of a Shanty lock in the stone. Like the door that trapped Van and Gun, the reliquary is completely locked down. Perhaps your cube can defeat this lock the same way it did the others. Let's try. Well, I'm gonna use that. Okay. So that, and there we go. Sweet. And what loot do we get? Let's find out. The red crystal comes free, falling into your grasp. You have struggled so hard to seize the prize, but now that you have it in your hand, you just feel empty. The desire that burned and raged in you is finally gone. Instinctively, you let the reliquary fall to the ground. As it shatters into pieces, your mind is finally free from the chamber's influence. You have what you came for. There is no time to waste, and you have no desire to linger here. Pocketing the gem, you turn to leave the chamber as quickly as you can. As you leave the chamber, you realize that you are not alone. A Drakkar steps outside of the shadows, trembling and laughing hysterically. You feel uneasy as you look at him, realizing he could only have hidden from you earlier, because you were so intent on recovering the gem. The Drakkar mumbles something you cannot understand, pointing his finger to your backpack. Covered in blood that is not his, he has clearly lost his mind. Did he hide because of cowardice? Or had he sent his companions to their death on purpose? Maybe he wanted to do the same with you. How close were you to succumb to this same madness before you finally claimed the crystal? You grab your weapon, knowing all too well how this will end. The Drakkar, however insane he has become, is still a treacherous soldier of the Darklands. He raises a red-streaked sword, Warhorn even, blowing it before you can react. From the sound of heavy iron boots approaching just a few seconds later, you know that you will be in for a hard fight if you want to leave this chamber alive. Looks like we're ending this episode with a fight. Sweet. Too bad I don't have full mana. And another one. I can't take them serious when I do that. I just can't. Gonna use that. Yeah. First we go down. Please crit, please crit. Sweet. And he's dead. Good. Now the other guy. Wolf's charge. Just so I can stun him and then use heavy attack without him dodging it. Good. Let's see. Just gonna shoot him and then we'll shield up. 550. Yeah, I have enough. Let's just do that. So he keeps losing his health. Let's see. Should I? Why not? Why not, right? Just go all out on him. There you are, Wolf. I'm glad you followed me in here. Okay, now we shield up. Good, Wolf. Not ready yet. Okay, here goes. And he's dead. Sweet. That was too close. Almost missed that one. That was a good fight. Yeah. I took no damage. Well, let's check the loot and then end the episodes. My tour. Take it all. Well done. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, goodbye.